Hello everyone, I'm with Nathan Smitty and we are doing a film review interview on behalf of the Guide Dogs charity in the UK. This is for the amazing film that's just been released called Lyle Lyle Crocodile. This is by Columbia Pictures and it's starring the music. It's a musical cartoon, comedy, family film starring Shawn Mendes, which I'm sure you all heard of. So, Nathan, Shawn Mendes, were you a fan? Are you a fan of his before you saw the film?
No, it's actually the first time I've actually heard of his name or seen the film.
Wow, because he's been going for quite a while. I mean, he's like a Grammy winner, I think. I think he won some Grammys. He's definitely won some awards for his music. So, what did you think of it when you heard the songs in the film?
Oh, when I heard the first song, good question. When I first actually saw the film in Cineworld Middlesbrough, it was actually in 4DX. That was the first time I've seen it because obviously the seats move, it brings you more closer to the story. And when I first heard the first song during it, which also I won't mention, I don't want to spoil the film for obvious reasons. Yeah, it's quite emotional. I mean, I had tears
Oh,
when I first saw
wow.
it. Every single time I watch it, I'm like having tears down my eyes because it's so emotional.
Wow. So did you know the actual film's been predicted for a 2023 Oscar for the Best Motion Picture Film? Did you know that?
No, I didn't actually know.
Do you think it's got a chance of winning?
I can't see why not. I mean,
If it
it,
makes you cry, it must get, other people really emotional because that's what makes an Oscar winning film. So,
mm,
song. But the actual songs in the film were composed and written by the same team that did the Showman musical. Have you seen that? I'm sure
oh
you've seen
yes,
that.
the showman, the British showman. Yes, I've seen.
Yes.
Yes, yeah, I think it was really good.
Yeah, well, the same team that did those songs wrote the songs for Lyle Lyle Crocodile.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So,
Oh.
why don't you tell our people all about the film? What is it about? What is Lyle Lyle Crocodile about?
Well, I don't want to say I don't want to say much. 'Cause I don't want to spoil it. But I'll give an example. It's based about a young kid, quite young, who moves from into a bigger city of New York City. He's quite anxious like myself because obviously I'm anxious when it comes to large crowds due to my disability. But when I was watching this film for the first time, when I saw that kid into a big city, I thought, well, I'm pretty much in the same boat.
Mm.
It's quite difficult because when you've gone somewhere you don't know the area, you don't know if you're going to make friends there. You know, are people there friendly to speak to, or are there some sort of rough people? It's going to be a rough area. It's going to be a nice, where everyone knows area. Well, where he was in, it was quite on the average side, so it was quite balanced.
I think there's a lot of people that are going to be able to relate to the boy's story
Of course, yes.
and not having a crocodile in it, of course, but
We're saying just.
it's and I mean, all of the characters need to be flawed for people to relate to them. And even the crocodile is flawed because he can't speak.
No,
All
but you
he
can
can do is sing. And that's
yes,
a disability in his itself. So to have, I think that really brings up a good thing that not many family movies bring up a disability in the main character. So, I mean, this highlights a lot. And with the boy's anxiousness, I don't know if it has a name for the anxiousness that he feels, because you can tell that in the film, even in the trailer, that the boy has a problem, whether it's a mental problem or not. he has this fear of being alone, a fear of everything around him. And it's not until he meets this crocodile, this singing crocodile, that he comes out of his shell and he becomes the boy that he was supposed to be. And it's only because of the crocodile. But it's not just him that the crocodile helps. And throughout the film, you meet all these characters that this crocodile changes these characters' lives just because he's in it. Shawn Mendes does the music, the singing. I was just wondering if if the crocodile doesn't speak because Shawn Mendes can't act. Of course, that's not true, but it could be, oh, we love his voice, but he can't act. So why don't we just not have the crocodile say anything and just have him sing? But it's not, because the actual film is based on a children's book. Oh, can't remember. But the screenplay was written by William Davis. The film is directed by Josh Gordon and William Speck. The film has grossed, when it first opened in America, 63 million. And that's only in the opening, because you've had it. When did it open in the UK? Because you're in the UK, aren't you, Nathan?
Yes. If I remember serves me, in October the 7th.
7th of October it opened.
I
don't know. I didn't check, so I don't know exactly how much it earned. But if it's 63 million from the US box office, you can only imagine what it would be worldwide by now. I mean, it could even get nominated for more than one Oscar. It's certainly worth it. It's a feel-good family movie, but it has so many hidden messages inside it. What do you think people will take when they watch the movie? What would they take from it?
What would they take from it? Well, especially when it comes to like people who live in small towns and then move to a big city, people got to display it or have some sort of like anxious around large crowds or big open cities. This story does seem to like tell people like you don't have to be scared. Like when Josh met Lyle, he was so petrified because not that all his friends he knows is back somewhere else. But when he met into New York City, he had no friends, just his family. So by him meeting Lyle, there was a connection bond where they actually became friends. And because of that, Lyle basically taught him, there's nothing to be scared of. Even though he couldn't talk, but he could sing. He had a sense of humor.
Yeah. Like he said it, that Lyle brought him out of his shell. And he was his friend. He was his only friend at the time, but later on he was able to meet others and get involved with other children and become the little boy he's supposed to be, and not this shy, insecure, and full of anxiousness. But Lyle, like I said, he doesn't just help the boy, he helps the boy's mother and father.
Yes, the Primm family, yes.
Yes, the Primm family, played by, we've got Constance, was Miss Primm, Josh Winsley, Scott McNary, and then we have, because every film has, even this is a good light-hearted, not really, it's so funny, it's hilarious, family movie, but every movie has a bad guy. So who is the bad guy in this movie, Nathan?
Mr. Grumps. He was probably the best acting in a film like this.
Oh, wow. Well, that's played
I
by
don't know how I
Brett
can explain.
Gelman. Yeah, Brett
Hmm.
Gelman plays him. What's he like? Is he, I mean, they've referred to him as evil. I mean, how bad is he?
Well, I wouldn't say he's that evil where he's like a psychological person where he becomes evil and that's it. Wants to think, oh, I want this to happen, I want something bad to happen. He's more like he's kind of neutral in some respect, but he's sort of grumpy. Yes, no doubt. Obviously, we don't know what his past was like for him to become this sort of personality,
Mm,
which also no doubt what has happened in his past has basically affected him since childhood and he's brought him up to like this person. And also, I understand that when he doesn't want people being noisy, especially like 3 o'clock in the morning.
which I suppose Lyle doesn't really understand that when he wants to sing. He wants to sing. You've got to sing no matter what time it is in the day. I mean, Mr. Grumps didn't like that. So
No,
you think you think he deserves an Oscar? You think he played that character really well? You liked him in that role?
yeah, I mean, I mean, the voice acting was spot on. The way he was acting in the film. So again, it was absolutely just, I don't know what to say.
That's one of your favorite actors in the film, would you say?
Oh, my favorite actor. Oh, crikey me, that's difficult. If anything, I prefer Lyle.
Yeah, the crocodile's a favorite actor. I wonder who is actually in that crocodile suit because I tried to find out, but I couldn't.
It's not a suit. It's actually CGI.
Wow. Because when you watch it, it looks like it's a actual crocodile. I
Yeah,
love
that's what.
I love the way that they can put the like CGI animation, whatever, and mix it in with humans, people,
Yes, yes.
and make it look so realistic.
Mm.
It's crazy.
I mean, because like when people say, "Oh, there's a person acting," but then when you see when he's a baby, quite young, at the pet shop, there's no way that anyone can be acting like that. It's all CGI.
Yeah.
The only time they'll use CGI with a person like a stunt double is when he's fully grown.
I think we've been waiting for a film like this for a long time since
Mm.
Sing. I think Sing was the closest, and the one with the mouse, with the mouse, with the little boy and the mouse. So Shawn
Shocking.
Mendes sings 8 songs in this movie. What's one of your favorites?
Oh, I don't have any. I don't have one favorite.
You
I don't
like
like
them
them all.
all, yeah.
I like
So
them all.
you're a fan of Shawn Mendes now. Have you heard any of the other songs? Have you listened to any others or?
No, just the ones in the movie, really.
Really? Oh, right. I thought you would have liked him and gone out and bought his album or something. Because
Yeah.
no, he's very, very good. Yeah, he
Mm.
is a very, very good singer. What would you say was the best scene for you in the movie?
Oh, God, the best scene. There's quite a few.
I know there's
um,
so many funny scenes. I mean, the trailer gives so much laughter, but you've seen the film how many times, Nathan?
I've seen it more than 20 times.
Why? What is it about that film that gets you addicted? Because that's
The one,
addiction.
yeah, it's an interesting, but also I do have a soft spot for these sort of movies. Because don't forget, it's not like your average film.
No.
You got to think if you become a person who wants to act or star in a movie, doesn't matter what it is, but you got to understand it's a lot of stress, a lot of energy. You know, it's not easy, especially when it comes to animated these films or CGI. It doesn't take seconds, minutes to weeks. It could take anything from a couple of months to a couple of years.
Oh yeah. Oh
And that's the
yeah.
reason why I watched it more than 20 times, because I appreciate how much work's going into that. And other than
Oh
that, it was just too emotional. I think that's probably the only film that I'll keep on watching until it stops showing.
wow. Is it still on now?
Yeah, in the UK it's still showing, yeah, until
So
Thursday this week.
when you're gonna watch it? You're gonna watch it again this week?
Not much again today.
Are you watching it again today? Are you?
Yeah, yes, yes.
So come on, you've watched it 20 times. You must have tell me your favorite three scenes in the movie that are your favorite.
3 scenes, right? Have a finger one. Well, the bathroom one. That's probably the best one.
When they scream, isn't it? She can walk through the
Yeah,
door and
the bathroom goal was like with Blackpot.
because she actually throws the broom at him and he screams
Yeah.
and tries to cover his body like he's naked. That's such a human thing to do. I think it's wonderful.
And the second part I'll probably say was when the Primms went out to a meal. Obviously, Lyle had a brain freeze. That was probably quite a humorous quite part of the movie.
They took the crocodile for a meal to
Yeah,
a restaurant.
yeah. Because everyone thought it was just a mascot, not knowing he was a real crocodile.
They thought it was a person inside a suit. So
Yeah.
they allowed that person inside the restaurant
Pretty much,
because he was wearing a costume.
yeah. How people just don't turn around and thought, what is that? I mean, no, it's just like people thought, let people stare, but they didn't.
So what happened in the restaurant then that was so funny?
Oh, well, when the Primms got the ice cream served, which is quite a massive one, I don't know what kind of type ice cream it was or what kind of style in terms of like American, because I know it was quite big. And like basically helped himself, went knocked down and went ooh.
Oh right, because he ate it too fast. He'd probably never had
and,
ice cream before.
no, and then just went freeze.
Freeze.
Yeah, and then he was
Excellent. So that's two. One more.
oh, one more. I'll probably say at the ending part, at the very end, when what was it? Like just before I took him to the zoo part, round up there. Yeah.
They took him to the zoo.
Yeah. And then obviously when like put his finger through the bars, the Primms like fingered like.
Oh.
Yeah, that was another part I liked the film.
Oh, that sounds really emotional.
It is.
I don't know. I haven't seen it. It's
Basically,
not
what
over
happened?
here at the moment.
Obviously, Mr. Grumps basically, I don't know how he found what it, but obviously during the film, obviously he did put CCTV cameras on the roof, 3 of them, but also we didn't see what he saw, so we're convinced that he saw Lyle coming out the house, and he got reported to the wildlife.
Oh gosh, so it was him that did the phone call. You have a lot of bad guys turning good in movies, like Scrooge. Did Mr. Grumps in the end turn out to be a good man, or was he bad all the way through?
It was pretty much bad. Like he basically stated to the judge, saying, crocodiles don't belong in houses, and also due to city laws, they can't be kept in domestic residence. And everyone's voting, like saying Lyle rocks, go Lyle, free Lyle, And because of the way he was acting towards the judge, which obviously I hope people don't do that, judge basically denied his request and approved to let Lyle free.
There was one part in the trailer where he says, oh, you've really got to try and act more human. So he's sitting on the back of a motorbike and filming himself on the mobile. And he says hello or something out of the window or something, and everyone starts screaming, because it's like crocodile, and it's the police are like, oh, because there's crocodile on the motorbike. I mean, come on, you can't get any much funnier than that. Crocodile on the motorbike. So there's one other character in the movie that's got quite a big part, and he's quite a character himself. He's played by Javier Bardem, and his name's Hector. Tell me who Hector is.
Hector. Oh, yes, Hector P. Volunteer. Yes, he was the guy who was using Lyle, like to do shows. Like obviously, if you've seen during the first part of the movie, he bought him from a pet shop. Obviously, he was trying to find someone stating that he wants some as affordable that he fit on his heart while he's dancing. And the shopkeeper is a bit confused, thinking, "Oh, boa constrictor, vampire bot, I'm over in the back." He's just like, and it's just like, ooh. And then onto he hears singing in the background, on to find out behind 3 cages
When he
a
hears
baby
him
crocodile.
singing.
Yeah, and I can hear him singing first, and then there he is, like a little baby. I mean, oh, his eyes, his hands are like, I don't know what I'm gonna say. It's like baby hands, but a lot small.
Oh,
And it's like when you shake, it's like just like on the tip of his finger.
oh. So he used him. So Hector used him to make money from him.
Yes, that's right. So basically, he's basically like looking for shows, like investors. I don't know what kind of business he was actually in, but I know it's something to do with singing. Unfortunately, he had no money, so he had to basically use his house like
Collateral. Yes.
yeah, collateral damage. So in case with anything was to go wrong, he had something to cover his, himself with. But unfortunately, things didn't go to plan because Lyle, unfortunately, due to his disability, no doubt, he had a stage fright and he froze.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, basically when Hector was saying, Lyle, sing, it was just like he was too young for start off, right? He's in a large crowd. He doesn't know where he is or where he's at or what he was doing,
Oh,
and he was just going,
no, I couldn't do it. He's too
no, he couldn't do
afraid.
it. He
Oh,
was just scared.
oh. So I imagine Hector got into a bit of trouble after that.
He did, yes. So he basically had to sell his home, and obviously he said that he's going to go on road and make some cash. Obviously, he told Light he'll be back, obviously, but if in case anything of anyone was to see him, like for no reason, he told Lyle, if anyone sees you, just tell him you're stuffed, like a toy.
Just
Yeah,
don't move.
yeah, just don't move. And all he gave it was just like a pair of headphones and an MP3 player, and those like old ones where back in the day.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah, I remember
yeah,
them.
yeah, them. And that's all
So
he had to do.
the house that the Primms had moved into, was that Hector's old house?
Um, um yeah, it would have been, yeah.
Because Lyle was in the
Yeah,
attic, weren't he?
yeah, I just remember that was his old house. And
Yeah.
I don't know if it was like gone for sale or went for auction. I don't know how that story combined, but also then, yeah, the Primms moved in.
But I mean, you've got Grumps. I call him Grumps. You've got Grumps, who's the baddie, but Hector doesn't sound like a really good man either, and he comes back into the picture, doesn't he? And tries
Yeah.
to make money from the crocodile again, from Lyle, bless him. So I have I have 3 questions for you about crocodiles. If you don't
Okay.
get them right, it's no problem. It's just, yes, it's either true or false. That's so.
Oh,
So you got 50-50 chance of getting it right. A crocodile can hold its breath for 8 hours. True or false?
up to 8 hours. Um, I say true.
It is true. And I think that's why he, when he was holding his breath when the boy came into the attic, I
Yeah.
don't think he had a really big problem doing that. Who knows how long he's been doing it for, but he can actually hold his breath for 8 hours, crocodiles. True or false? Crocodiles have about 45 teeth.
Should be false.
It is false. They have 63 teeth. You're doing well. One more. Crocodiles have the sharpest and strongest jaw of all the animals.
That's definitely true.
It is true. They have such a vice. They can open to such an extent and have such a vice that they are the strongest jaws in all the animals. But then crocodile's not an animal anyway, is it? It's a reptile.
No, it's part of the dinosaur family.
Exactly.
What scientists don't seem to understand is that how come dinosaurs went extinct when that meteor came in, but somehow these crocodiles survived.
Well, it's not just crocodiles. I mean, you've got lizards. Lizards,
Oh, yes, some birds,
yeah, lizards look like you've got crocodiles, you've got alligators, you've got whales. I mean, the size of the big blue whale. You've got, I would say, even sharks could have been part of that predator.
Yeah.
Evolution, that's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of dinosaur looking animals related to dinosaurs around, so yeah, it's evolution. They won't go. So are you into musicals? Do you like those kind of movies that have the singing and dancing, or is it because this one had the CGI with a cartoon character sort of thing? Is that why you liked it?
Oh, that's quite difficult. I have seen some movies that are more catered to musical, like The Greatest Showman, that was a full musical.
Did you enjoy that film?
Loved it every bit, yes.
Yeah.
Very emotional, yes. I watched it again.
You do get emotional with films, don't you?
Certain films, yes. It depends
Beautiful
on
songs, though.
how it's presented in the actual movie, and then it also depends on the music and the acting.
Yeah, I never knew that he could sing. What's his name? Lost it. Hugh not Hugh Grant, someone Hugh. The guy who plays as a showman, and did Wolverine as well. He was Wolverine in X-Men. What was his name? Hugh something. No, it's gone. I'm terrible with names. I really am. But yeah, I didn't know he could sing until I saw that film. I was like, oh my gosh, he can sing. Wolverine can sing. So yeah, I love musicals. Seven Brides with Seven Brothers. All the old-fashioned ones, that my mum used to watch all the time. I love musicals. Phantom of the Opera, Les Miserables. Oh no, that one gets me. Les Miserables makes me cry. That is one so emotional for me. It's just so much happening in that film. Anyway, back to Lyle. Why a singing crocodile? Why would someone put a singing crocodile in a movie? Why do you think that worked?
Why would that work? Oh, that's a difficult question. I don't know. I don't know. It's quite hard, is there?
Again, I like that he's flawed and has that disability because it puts a light onto it. The little boy and the crocodile. That's why they can relate so well. And that's why you relate so well to the film as well, because of that. Can you sing? Do you sing at all, Nathan?
I don't sing. No, I'm
No,
terrible.
but you know the songs though from the movies, don't you? By now, 20 times you must do.
I know some of the songs, Jeff. I won't be singing.
Do you think there'll be a sequel?
I can't see why not. I really
Yeah.
can't see why not. Because
Oh,
considering that, I've been posting my Twitter account on numerous occasions, saying that I've been watching it more than 20 times. I can't see why there can't be a sequel.
because the ending, the way the film ended, there could certainly be another part. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. What what do you think? I mean, if you were writing the sequel, what would you have happen?
In the second, in the
Yeah,
sequel of this movie,
yeah.
if I was writing, hmm,
What would you like to see happen with Lyle?
I would like him to start talking.
Yeah.
Practically, I would prefer him to start talking because, he's getting his confidence back, but don't start making him talk out the blue.
I think go
You know,
speech therapy and learn slowly, like a normal person would.
not awesome, yeah, but
The
also
cat
just let
sat
him
on the
just take it
mat.
easy.
Yeah,
And like how a bird would mitigate certain
yeah,
phrases, like that sort of
yeah,
thing.
yeah. And be able to say yes and no and thank you and but not
Yes,
being fluent in his speech.
no,
Yeah, yeah, that would be really cool. So, I mean, you're a huge fan of the movie. We know that 20 times and going back today to see it again. But what do you think could have been improved with the movie?
nothing,
I knew you were going to say that.
nothing.
I knew you were going to say that. Nothing. Yeah,
I'm
it
not.
was
I'm not.
perfect.
I'm not. I'm not a hater of this film. Like one person who did review, I can't remember who reviewed it, but I know it's my news feed, and basically trying to state that this crocodile movie was probably the worst movie made in
I
CGI.
I saw a review on I don't know if it was
Oh, human.
Wikipedia or someone gave it 1 star and said, "I wish I'd
Yeah,
got my money back." Blah blah blah. It made no sense. Blah blah blah. You're always going to get haters, you know. I'm
trolls. That's what we call them, trolls. Yeah,
trolls. I'm
yeah.
an author. I've got 14 books, fiction books published,
Hmm.
and my books aren't going to be loved by everyone. But
No, of
there are
course not. No.
also going to be jealous people out there that
Yes.
will deliberately go out and give a bad score. So, I mean, this person might not even watch the film. They might have just
No.
done it, like you said, being a troll and just causing problems. But it has, with Rotten Tomatoes, and we know how popular that is for movies,
Oh yes.
86%, which is amazing. That is so unlike, that's basically it's given a 9 out of 10. And that is huge for a film because normally they're very strict with their reviewing the Rotten Tomatoes. So 86%, so that's really good.
Mm.
I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm looking forward to the songs. I'm sure they'll all be sung at the karaoke's this summer because just like the big show, the showman songs came #1 karaoke favorites, and I'm sure this one will as well. Um, just what can I say? I'm really looking forward to seeing it. Anyone else who hasn't seen it, go and see it before it goes off the cinema. And of course, it's going to be probably on Netflix and all that later on, maybe next year, if you can
Mm.
wait that long. Um, this was a review of the film, and it was hosted by myself, Karina Gantas, Nathan Smitty, answering the questions because he's such a fan of the movie, and it's on behalf of the Guide Dogs charity. So if you'd like to go and help and donate a little bit towards the Guide Dogs, you can go to guidedogs.org.uk. Thank you so much for watching and go out and enjoy the film.